Hello and welcome to your twin flame reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy going on between twin flames. I just lit some Palo Santo and it's still a little smoky, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's really showing up, but well, there we go. Just clear, super clear energy. Why not? That's kind of fun to do. And it smells good. It's very warm here in Los Angeles. Someone posted earlier who lives near me that it was like 114 degrees. I don't know. I wasn't actually looking at the weather, but I felt the weather, that's for sure. So, yeah, I've been doing without a candle and doing with a fan. So we'll just like really focus in on the cards, and you can focus on the flame within your heart, and really like visualize that flame within, and to always keep it steady, right? Like keep it bright, shine your light, and let the flame be, like, within you. It can't actually be extinguished, right? But it's nice to just pay attention to that within, like kind of the center core of your heart. And I am really enjoying this, explaining this right now and visualizing it for myself. So we're moving on, if you're in the States at least, to Labor Day. And also this coming week, Mars is going retrograde in Aries, and so you might be feeling that a little bit already, kind of like some more introspective energy into how you take action and how you express yourself in the world in like a productive, again, like action-oriented way, like in a grounded way. But yeah, like going within to explore that more might be one way that you can really harness that energy. So you can do that if you like. You can also always get more insight if you desire a reading. Check out the links below. You can always take a pause too. And if you want to subscribe to my mailing list, I have a Labor Day offer going on for a little bit longer, like another day, depending on when you're reading this. And if it's over, still subscribe, by the time you read this, because I do channeled readings in my newsletters that aren't anywhere else as well. So it's exciting. And today I have Crystal Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue originally, who you may know is no longer on the Oracle card scene. So that's interesting, but we won't get too into that right now. And okay, my dryer's on. I just realized, but I don't think it's too loud. So now you know my dryer's on. Well, full disclosure. Okay. So, the Divine Masculine. Let's start over here with the Divine Masculine, and let's see what's going on. Azurite. Azurite? I think I'm saying that correctly. Deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. Yeah, so this is really going deeper with clearing out the crap, for the Divine Masculine. And I don't necessarily mean cleaning your home, although maybe, or whatever, but I mean like cleaning yourself out emotionally and really saying no, not holding on to guilt or shame to whatever you've done in the past, or even anything that you've done to your twin flame, anything that your twin flame is trying to attempt to make you feel bad for, and choosing to heal there instead. And know that, if you are the Divine Masculine watching this, and if that is your experience at all, that your twin flame is actually in truth loving you there and inviting you into this choice, not to feel bad, but inviting you into more emotional healing and just encouraging you there. So it's cool. And therapeutic care, well, this could go a lot of different ways. It really just depends on what's going on for you in your life. It can also, of course, be coaching and claiming your support more deeply with Ascension coaching, with the mirror exercise and everything. And you can take a look below at the links. I do short discovery sessions or calls, if you're just like wanting to know more, like what is Ascension coaching. But essentially, like the deal is with the mirror exercise and Ascension coaching, it's different from like this idea of life coaching or something, which has a lot of benefits, right? But with the work that I practice, like with the work that I both learn from, I receive, from Jeff and Shalee's teachings, and that I share is it's eternal, it's permanent, unless you make a decision to to fall away, which it's like kind of a hard thing to explain, but essentially you would have to like choose almost like to go backwards. But for the most part, that's not how it goes. And even if that does happen, still like the healing that you do does remain, and you can always access that at any point. And sometimes, you have your own lessons to learn and this and that, but like I'm talking here about like deep, like even, if you're watching this and you believe in past lives, and even if you don't, it's like those very deeply embedded patterns, or maybe you're not into past lives, but you understand the concept of epigenetics. And it's like that kind of stuff. It's like, it's really healing at the core level. And for spiritual purposes only, if you need to see a doctor or something, like do that, disclaimer, okay, but yeah, like it really works. It's really amazing because it's all about loving yourself. And I've gotten a lot of like inquiries lately about people wondering how to love themselves, wondering what they're doing wrong, even knowing the mirror exercise, but kind of doubting that they're doing it correctly. And that's why I say, like, hey, work with me, like, at least check it out, give it a try, I mean, the word try I don't really love, like, give it a go. But, yeah, like, it's because basically everyone needs support and assistance in loving themselves. I mean, in truth, yeah, you could do it yourself. It'll take a lot longer, most likely, like a lot longer, and it's just like, why would you do that? It's kind of like if you want to try something out, doing something the archaic way, just so that you understand the full process, or you feel really called to at some point, whatever that thing might be, sure. But that's not how you want to live your life, right? Like, that's not Ascension. Like, that's probably not fun. So that's why there is already support and all of that, because you don't need to do that alone. No one does. And I mean, there's plenty of times in sessions that are also like, I also receive coaching and as well as am a coach, and there's things pointed out to me in my consciousness that I didn't even see, like, God, I didn't know I wasn't loving myself there. So I want to say that, because if you think that like you're a bad person, or that you suck at doing the mirror exercise because you like can't always figure out where to love yourself, that's not it. It's just like committing to the next level is admitting that that you need help, that but really that like it's okay to receive support, and that it actually feels good, and that's like a real relationship there. And so yeah, I love my clients, and yeah, so that might be something for you to consider, the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, like holding space as well. And this really lovely blue color really speaks to me to like clearing words or thoughts from the past, like your throat chakra, and that will like also help clear your intuition and see more clearly who your twin flame is and feel the truth of your twin flame. And so yeah, it's just like you don't need to hold on to what you've said or done that wasn't in love, like meant in love. There, like, that's just like ego trying to get you to like, be like, see, you can't have what you want because you did this in 1991. Yeah, maybe you weren't even alive in 1991. I don't know, but in any case, we'll move on to the Divine Feminine now. The Divine Feminine's card is, ooh, diamonds. Diamonds are a girl's best friends. Okay. Value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. So yeah, this is going deeper, of course, with just like it says, with self-worth. And, you know, is there somewhere that that you feel that you're not sparkling, you know, like you could be? And this really means saying no to ego. It means saying no to being treated like shit, you know, like you never want to allow that in your life in any way, shape, or form from anyone. And so, I just cursed on my channel. Okay, I don't do that often, but it happened. It was appropriate, I think. It's a very good contrast, like, to the beautiful diamond, right? And that's what you are. You are this beautiful diamond. And so, like, even a little bit of that, like, ickiness, you know, it is not of you. It's not for you. It's not divine. It's not who you are. And you don't need to accept it from anyone at all. But also, like, you want to really do this from a place of love, right? Like, if you're real angry and stuff, you're just gonna have to address that because you're numbing out to something. But sometimes, you know, when you have a response to anything that's like vibrating lower than you realizing your self-worth, there could be, you know, you may not respond, I guess you could say, like, perfectly, you know, on the outside, like, and maybe there could be some anger coming up or whatever, but that doesn't mean you're not a spiritual person. It doesn't mean that you're not claiming your own value and worth and making the right choice. You have to love from where you're at, and you have to just do your best. And when you're really just choosing that, it's like, it's okay. It's okay if it looks a little cray on the outside, right? A little bitchy. And you just become more mastered at this as you go. And that's a good thing because, like, I mean, that's the truth of, you know, who you are. That's bliss, right? Like, being blissed out and being in a beautiful state of perfect union isn't something you envision with your bitchiness, probably, right? And so it's safe to let that go. Like, you don't need to hold on to these parts of your personality, even if people try to stoke them in you. And it can even be people who you've known for a very long time and who aren't really relating to your divine self completely, and you can always invite them to make a new choice with a boundary or something like that. But yeah, like, it's fine to completely accept where you're at right now, but also release anything and know the difference, you know, have that wisdom, that divine wisdom, to know the difference between your divine self and anything that is of ego that you're choosing to let go of. And it'll just be in layers, right? Like an onion. So if it comes up again, that's okay too. And make sure to eat well, right? Things like that, the basics of valuing your self-worth. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even joking here. Like, it's like really like valuing your self-worth. So not punishing yourself kind of with, even, I guess, like unintentionally, but kind of like, you know, somehow not leaving room in your schedule for you to eat regularly or do something else very basic and very necessary for your foundation. It's not valuing yourself, and you might be doing it accidentally is not, like, just kind of without realizing it, to punish yourself, like, oh, I'm not where I want to be, like, with this or that. It could be, you know, your weight, could be financially, it could be like you haven't met whatever goal, it could be, oh, I'm not with my twin flames, so I'll, like, you know, do this I'll do nice things for myself when I'm actually with them. I mean, like, think about how unattractive that is to your twin flame. Like, just take a moment. Like, if you were the divine masculine, like, try to, like, imagine that. Like, would you be real attracted to your twin flame who is, like, flinging stuff back at you? Probably not, right? So it's appropriate to take the higher road here and to just choose to value yourself. And even in those really tough moments, all you have to do is sometimes just, like, say or feel into that truth, like, I just choose to, like, love myself through this difficult moment, and it will pass, and you'll feel so much more, like, grounded in your ability to do that as you continue choosing it, and you will begin to shimmer and shine and sparkle like the diamond you are. And if you're already sparkling, then you'll sparkle even more. Lots of sparkles. So yeah, that's nice. I like that. And the middle card is Tiger's Eye. I feel like this card comes up, fairly often, but self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. Yeah, I mean, it's just so fundamental to this journey, like, allowing the divine to move through you. And, like, it's such a beautiful illustration. It really depicts that so well, that real, like, loving energy moving through you, inspiring you, sparking the natural born genius within. Like, give yourself all the confidence that you would give to, like, a very well-loved kid as, like, their mother or their father, and allow God into that place too. Like, really, like, build yourself up, and just believe in your dreams and desires, even if you don't know how to get there. Like, you don't need to ever, like, give up on yourself and give up on the truth of who you are. That's not appropriate. And that can be different from surrendering, and sometimes, like, there is that funny moment where it's like, I don't know. I get, like, sometimes you even think you don't want something, and then you finally just kind of really let it go. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but it's happened to me. And then it, like, comes back to you kind of, right away. So it can be an interesting process, that surrendering process, right? But you're always given, like, the appropriate environment, the appropriate like, just story, the appropriate setup. Like, God's always setting you up to more deeply surrender so that he can actually give you what it is that you desire to receive. So that's why it's so important and appropriate to allow God to flow through you and to choose to, like, walk through those open doors, to choose to, like, really go deeply into your feelings and see what you're saying yes and no to, and what you're what you are, how you're practicing, like, radical non-attachment is really what it comes down to. Because when you are willing to do that, you just, like, don't attach yourself to a specific outcome, to a specific experience, to a specific expectation, but you do commit to love, then that's how you can really be given what it is that, like, the miracle that, God is ready. He's ready to give it to you. But it's also sometimes not compassionate to receive something you're not ready for, because it's, like, just it's too much. You haven't, like, you haven't built that part of your foundation yet. So it's just safe to trust, like, if something isn't, like, quite happening, like, keep healing, but also, like, don't think that it's never gonna happen and then stop healing there. Like, think about that. What's that gonna do, right? So just know that there's an actual process to all of this. There's an actual process to true love and to divine order and the law of attraction. You know, you can always just study that. It's very basic and fundamental. And the thing with it, though, is like really bringing in that deeper key ingredient of self-love, and it can get really sneaky. Like, you can think that, you know, you're really thinking the right thoughts, that you're doing all the things, but you're just not quite going to that place and loving yourself within. So I just invite you to choose right now to love yourself everywhere that you are shown, and to just ask the divine to show you how, to show you your next step, and to keep showing you, and that you choose this path, you know, that you choose the path of true love, and you choose your harmonious twin flame union. And in choosing that, then everything else is gonna fall into place. You just need to keep choosing it, keep committing, and also not be hard on yourself when things come up, you know, like you need to have the same kind of radical compassion that you would for like a child or for anyone else, that you need that for yourself. You need to be your own best friend. You need to be your own ultimate lover. And also, though, let God into that place, because you aren't your source, right? God is. And so that's God coming through you. That's the eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight. There's no fight, but that's a song. And that's going to conclude this reading. So yeah, enjoy the beginning of your week, and like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to, and definitely take a look at the links below, and you can always get in touch with me if you have any questions or leave comments as well. Alrighty, bye.